I just have to apologise about my hair. I don't know what's going on with it today. Do you know when you just try and do your hair and it just won't work? So last week I kind of did a story time about me and no one really watched it. No one seemed to really care. So I'm going to try and swing it back to like advice on my channel. So if you cannot tell by my outfit, I've tried to dress as the kind of girl next door. This video is inspired by me reliving my youth, watching Dawson's Creek again, and I'm like half the way through the series, and I just thought I'd broach on the topic of why the nice girl slash the girl next door doesn't get the guy. I was always told, like when I was a young girl, and I think all women are, is to be nice to people, to be kind to people, and if you show that side of you, you will attract the right people, you'll attract a partner. I went through my 20s kind of being nice to people, being passive maybe, being like a nice kind person. In the same way as I've done a video before about why you shouldn't be the nice guy, and I think I'll link that as well. But in the same vein, I don't think you should be the nice girl because it doesn't get you the guy. If I apply this to dating, what I mean, if a guy cancelled on me, I would be like,
oh, well, he's cancelled on me, it's not really his fault, I'll give him a second chance.
And I would take people's word for it. Or if a guy didn't want a relationship, I would...
well, maybe it's just me being a bit pushy.
I would kind of live out my dating through what the man wanted rather than accept that I wanted a relationship. And I would kind of go through the phase of being the nice girl, seeing how it goes, because I didn't want to come across as a bitch. I think definitely in dating, women are told that if they put their standards out there, they're being too pushy, they're being needy, and they're being a bitch. I was treating the man's masculinity in the wrong way. I was kind of seeing as, well, he's the man, he's making the decisions, he's making the momentum. But in the same way, I wasn't putting forward my standards. I was being walked over by guys. If you become the nice girl, the girl next door, guys will absolutely walk all over you. If you think you're going to be this girl next door, kind of cutesy girl that men will fall in love with, it simply won't happen. And I was thinking to myself, well, I don't get it. I'm a nice person, I'm kind and I'm caring, and men aren't finding me attractive. Men aren't choosing me. Men are going for the woman that don't have the traits that I have, but they're picking them. And I was thinking to myself, well, why are they picking them over me? If I'm nice to everybody, if I treat people with respect, I will get the guy. I don't want to tar all men with the same brush because all men are different. But what I've kind of found is that guys aren't interested in the nice, cute girl next door that bakes cookies. Guys seem to be interested in this Instagram perfected reality where women have boobs, a tiny waist and a massive bum. This seems to get the validation now. It doesn't seem to be the people like me that are just normal. Men definitely saw me as too nice. They saw me as the nice, safe, boring option. They didn't see me as this dynamic person that they would fear losing. The number one key for making a guy fall for you is for him to always have that feeling that he can lose you at any minute. He needs to have that feeling that if he puts a step out of line, you will get rid of him straight away and you won't tolerate his BS. If you give guys the feeling that you're the nice, kind, sweet girl, he will test that as far as he can. And then he'll ultimately go and pick someone which he thinks, oh my God, she's out of my league, I can't put a step wrong. If you notice with guys, when they really like a girl, and if they're scared of doing or saying anything wrong, they won't sex the girl or they won't ask for pictures. If I just use a comparison, so say you're a guy out there and you come into contact with, say, like Scarlett Johansson. Oh, she's getting married. Well, I can't think of a single celeb that's single. Say you come in contact with a celebrity and you're a guy and you're like dating that celebrity, you're not going to do anything to jeopardize that relationship. You're not going to send them dick pics. You're not going to sex them. You're not going to be too pushy because you're scared of losing that person. And to make a guy fall for you, you need to make him feel this feeling that he can lose you and that he can't do any better. That's the feeling that guys kind of need to commit to someone. They kind of need that feeling that they don't want to jeopardize this. I know it's mean, but they can't do any better. That seems to be when guys kind of lock down women. Lockdown's pretty wrong word. It's because they have this feeling where they just fear losing that woman. And in my 20s, I wasn't giving men this chance to fear losing me because I was being the nice, kind girl next door. They kind of felt that I was always there and I'd always be there for them. Because I was always kind and caring, they felt they didn't have to work for it. They felt that I would always be there. And once a guy feels that you're always there, he loses his momentum and he'll push and he'll bring himself back because he knows that you're there. This is why I said in my last video, it's better to not lay your cards out on the table and show too much interest, because once you do this with a guy, he pulls back because he feels that he's got you. So in the same way that a lot of girls don't fancy nice guys because they see them as boring and not a challenge, in the same way, guys don't fancy the nice girl. And it's sad. For some reason, we're wired that way to want the challenge. That's just, I don't know why, I don't know the ins and outs of the psychology, but people want a challenge. And if you're putting yourself out there directly and you're not a challenge for a guy, he doesn't want you and he doesn't fancy you. He wants to go out there and get you and feel like he's won you. Because you're being too nice and you're not being a challenge for a guy, this is why he doesn't want the nice girl. He needs to feel a little pushback. He needs to feel like a little resistance, and he needs to feel that he's won you over. This is why I say to girls, don't message guys. Once you message a guy, he doesn't feel the chase and he doesn't feel the power. Thanks for watching, everyone, and hopefully see you soon.